got us here. None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we losing is what got us here.
Tony, what's popping with you, bro?
Was good,
Losing
son.
got us here on the Losers Lounge. The Timberwolves losing.
All
Got
bark, no bite.
all bark, no bite.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying? There's no bite at all from the Timberwolves tonight. You know what I'm saying? They had a little bit of bark in the beginning with Julius Randle. He had a little bit of a bark, but in the end, there was no bite. The Knicks, ladies and gentlemen, dominate. Karl Anthony Towns dominates the Minnesota Timberwolves, his former team, the Minnesota Timberwolves. You know what I mean? They dominate tonight. Beautiful win for the New York Knicks. I'm pretty sure the Minnesota Timberwolves fans are not happy with the way things went down tonight.
They was in shambles.
No doubt about that. Right into it. Barry said Randle hitting shots early was a kiss of death. He hijacked the entire offense. He thought the game was about him. How much venom do you think Randle had in this game? How much did he want to really prove to the Knicks that he was the better player than Karl Anthony Towns, that he shouldn't have been traded?
I think 100% it was there. I think you could tell from his pre-game interview yesterday and things of that nature. But I also think his teammates fed into it as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I don't think he hijacked the offense. I think it was encouraged. You know what I mean? I think they wanted to win it for him as well. And that might have been to a detriment, but I don't think it was him individually. You know what I mean? So I think that's an unfair criticism, to be honest. But yeah, he wanted to win.
He definitely wanted to win. You know what I'm saying? There's no doubt about that. He wanted to prove that, shouldn't have traded me. You know what I mean? He came out hot. There's no doubt about it. I do think, I don't know if he hijacked the entire offense, but I do think it might have thrown them off. You know what I mean? Because that's not how they normally play. It's normally played through Anthony Edwards and because Randle was hot, they kind of played through Julius Randle in the beginning.
Absolutely, but even in that, it wasn't to a detriment. They were up.
Yeah,
if you really look at it, I noticed it. I don't know if there's a comment on it or not, but they sat both of those guys mad long during that run.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, so you would have thought you have one of them on the floor at all times.
Yeah.
Or Randle or Edwards. So I think that was the real detriment.
Yeah, that's Dave Martin said this coach really got Ant and Randle on the bench at the same time. My God.
And it was a long stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Your two best offensive players, you got them on the bench. Makes no sense. How do you think Randle? Do you think he wants to be there? Minnesota?
I mean, I think he wanted to be here. I'll say that.
Oh yeah.
At this point, he's there. You know what I mean? So I don't think I think he wants to be there because he's there. Mm-hmm. Not like that's a preferred destination. I will be interested to see what he does moving forward. You know what I mean? Because if he doesn't want to be there, he doesn't have to by his own choice with his player option. And what is the market out there for him? So, you know what I mean? Money might dictate where he wants to be. if the market, if he don't think he could get more than 35 or whatever he's going to be making next year, he might want to take that money.
Yeah. If it were me, I would not want to be in Minnesota.
Would you take a long-term lesser value contract? Like, let's say he makes 40 next year. I'm not sure what it is, but let's say it's 40.
I think he makes 30. I think because I remember the last year of his contract was just reached 30, finally reached 30 million.
Oh, 30?
Yeah, or something like that.
Okay, let's say he makes 30. But the offers out there are, you know what I mean, 20 million yearly based. What do you think he does? Takes the 30? It stays or
hard. See, me as a person, who I am, if I know that I'm financially set, I don't know what his finances are like. I know he makes a lot of money. That doesn't say anything about his finances and his budget and all that kind of stuff, right? But if my finances are right, and I know I'm set for life, and my kids are set for life, and their kids are set for life, and their kids are set for life, I might be like, I'm gonna go where I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, you know, unless I was losing so much money, you know, like this place over here was giving me 30 million, and this place was giving me a veteran's minimum. Obviously, I'm not doing that. But if like this place said, you know, I'm giving you 30 over here, they only want to give me 20 for 3 years, I might be like, you know what? I want to be here. I'm gonna take the 20 for 3 years. You know what I mean? Because I want to be there. You know what I mean?
but that,
because,
I mean,
you know, I would value my happiness at that point.
I think that'll be the determining factor. Shout out to who's that? On Dios. Drew wants to go home with Luka and Kyrie. I can see him wanting to play in Dallas.
I can see that. I can see that.
I don't know how they could pull it off. I don't know if they got financial flexibility to sign him. It might have to be a sign and trade.
Well, he can opt out at the end of this year, right?
Yeah, but they got to have the cap space to sign him.
Yeah, they got to have the cap space, right?
Or it got to be a sign and trade.
Yeah.
So, but I would say he's not. I know he knows there's worse situations he could have been dealt to. So, you know what I mean? Like, in that sense, I think he's fine being there.
Right. Yeah.
But I wonder if them boos tonight gave him PTSD.
They definitely started booing, yo.
I was waiting for the thumbs down and see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely started booing. I was like, oh man, they're really unhappy. You know what I'm saying? You don't normally hear that in other states, you know, Philadelphia, maybe Boston. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the East Coast, you don't really hear the boos like that.
But a lot of that, you know, really shows the love and support that they have for Cat. You know what I mean? It really shows their displeasure in the trade, not necessarily in Randle, you know what I mean, but in who they lost.
Yeah.
A guy they seen grow up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and then of course they know everything that's going on around the team, and they probably know like Randle's not a long-term option for them. You know, they really traded for Randle so that they could get off a Cat's contract because of the business stuff going on with the team and all of that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm pretty sure they're aware of everything that's going on. You know, and they're like, why are we gonna put all of everything into this guy and he's not even gonna be here?
No, it
P
is.
M9010 said, feels like the Knicks won the trade. I mean, we'll see where it's at when it's all said and done. But in the short term, yes, Knicks won the trade.
The sad part is, I think I would, if I was a Minnesota fan, I'd be more disappointed. I'd be still more mad about the Gobert trade than this trade.
Okay.
Like acquiring him.
Right. That makes sense. I mean, I could understand what they was looking at when they said, all right, we put Rudy Gobert next to Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns can spread the floor. You know what I mean? Like, I understand their philosophy with that. Definitely understood it, but
I do too.
For the most part, it worked when you think about it. They made it to the Western Conference Finals.
It did work until it didn't. Until he became more of a liability than an asset on the floor. You know what I mean? But my whole thing with Gobert, put it like this: if I was the GM and I was looking, I would have said, let me go get a Mitchell Robinson, who's going to be a lot more cheaper and not have to mortgage the future for. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that would have been my philosophy. And I say Mitchell Robinson, but I mean, even Miles Turner, you know what I mean? Like, I would have looked for a cheaper version of what I'm looking for that wouldn't have mortgaged the future.
Right.
And obviously it was the wrong move because it made them make the next wrong move. For financial reasons, they moved Cat as opposed to like looking at the crazy contract Gobert had.
Yeah. I mean, but who's gonna take Rudy Gobert?
You see my point?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they did.
Nobody gonna take it. Come on now.
But that's what I mean. They did, and they paid they paid the king's ransom for him. So it was like that's what I mean. Like that.
Yeah.
At that point, they should have really, honestly, to be honest, they should have continued to. They should have ate the luxury tax or whatever the money complications they was worried about. They should have ate that and seen where it got them, because they went so far, literally and figuratively, Western Conference Finals. But you know what I mean? They was already all in. You might as well have, and they were successful in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith Turner said, "What's up with the fan running onto the court? Security snatched him up with the quickness." I didn't even see that.
Oh, nah, that was a protester.
Okay. I must have fell asleep during that.
I swear to you, yeah, protester try to run on the court. Somebody, I think they acronym might be like naked or something. I don't know what they actually protesting about.
Okay.
But one of the people in their chat in the comments said they was protesting the Karl Anthony Towns trade. But it was a comment under a comment, so I couldn't get it.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
Man.
Yeah,
kind of late for that.
They tackled her right on the like she's right on the court, pretty much, like a foot away from Brunson.
Kind of late for that. You know what I mean? What'd she say? Those were protesters. That one got tackled by Bobby Boucher. Yeah, I must have been knocked out during that one because like third quarter fell out.
Yeah, Knicks called a timeout. At least I believe they did. It might have been the situation, but it was simultaneously.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Yeah. Sammy Drums said we traded the wrong center. Also, Finch has got to be the worst in-game adjustment coach relative to his roster. Some people argue that's Tom Thibodeau.
We've heard that one before.
We hear that all the time. A lot of people will argue that's Tom Thibodeau. So Sammy Drums, join the club, bro. You know what I mean?
You know what? Fans don't realize this is an adjustment for Fitch just as much as it is for the players on the court.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like he had a successful thing going, and now he got to go.
Now you got to go
work with adjustments.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, got to figure out something totally new now. With the team that you have, that's not easy. Trust me, I know it's not easy. Christian said, Finch is absolutely trash at calling timeouts. We've lost so many games because of it. That could be. Calling timeouts could be. It could be. I don't know.
The funny thing is when he put this comment up, we were in a run for run situation. And I thought he was calling timeouts, and then we were, and then he was. It just so happened his last timeout that he called was, you know what I mean? It was a massive run for us. It was in that second quarter. So
yeah. Nifty Nation said the Knicks will remember this day forever. But for us, it's just a random Thursday. Happy they got the championship. All opposing teams fans say some trash like that. That's dumb. It's dumb.
He wasn't reading his fellow fans' comments.
Oh, right.
They was jumping out the window.
That's dumb. That's just someone trying to minimize what just happened. You know what I mean? Just minimizing. He cool. Said Randle looks like he truly doesn't want to be there. He's out of there as soon as he can get out. I believe that. He don't want to be there. Neither does Dante DiVincenzo. You go from New York to Minnesota.
Oh, I believe DiVincenzo's coming back.
I can see that.
Somehow, some way.
I can see that. Keith Turner said, Towns has to grow on me. I don't hate the guy. Just never was a fan of his. Okay.
I wasn't either, and he grew on me already. Pause.
Yeah, I wasn't either way about the dude. Tony said, Karl Anthony Towns is the best player in the East, hands down. Numbers don't lie. Okay. I can't, and here's Sean. They was protesting Tom Thibodeau's stubborn rotations. Told you. Jose said, Ant's been having baby mama issues and it's affecting his play. You know what? I wouldn't put it past it. You know what I mean?
Don't take away from our defense. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
We itching our way into that top 10. Don't try to devalue us.
We got to get there. But having those type of issues can definitely wear on your mind. But basketball is supposed to be your safe haven. That's where you get all of that. You just hoop. You just let all of that go. You just hoop.
Unless that was one of them that dived on the court.
But ladies and gentlemen, man, it's short but sweet because I got to get up mad early in the morning and I got a 4.5-hour drive tomorrow afternoon. So, I really do got to get some rest. Sorry that it's short. Tony, I appreciate you though for clipping everything. You know what I mean? Always appreciate you, bro.
No doubt, man.
And happy birthday to you.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean?
Back to work tomorrow, but
yeah.
Hey, it was a good day for sure, man.
Yeah, no doubt. That's what's up. But ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate your time. Knicks get a big win over the Timberwolves. We out.
None of us feel good about it. This is, where we are. You are what your record is. You are what has happened, recently. But things can change quickly. Once we losing is what got us here. None of us feel